We all love food, but sometimes our food doesn't necessarily love us back. Sometimes this results in a little thing we like to call indigestion. Indigestion can come from a number of different causes, but it usually entails things such as abdominal or stomach pains, a burning sensation in the stomach, or just the sensation of being uncomfortably full. So, what can you do when indigestion strikes? The good news is that even if you don't have a drug cabinet stocked up with antacids, you can still treat the symptoms of indigestion by relying on one or more natural remedies. The focus of today's video will be exploring some of the ways that you can naturally relieve yourself of indigestion. Before we start, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on any of our daily videos and content. Also, be sure to watch this video all the way to the end to make sure you don't miss out on anything important. Number 1. Baking soda. We've probably mentioned this before, but baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, has a wide variety of beneficial uses that extend beyond simply helping bread rise. In addition to being safe for consumption in small doses, baking soda is firmly rooted in the basic side of the pH scale. What does this mean? Well, if a substance is basic, that means that it can help to neutralize acids, including, for example, your stomach acid. By mixing half a teaspoon of baking soda into water and drinking it, you can help quell your indigestion by getting the acid in your stomach to settle down a little bit. Just make sure you don't go overboard, as drinking too much baking soda can potentially lead to some unwanted side effects, such as vomiting and diarrhea. Typically speaking, you should avoid ingesting more than 7.5 teaspoons of baking soda in a 24-hour period. If you can handle that, it should be smooth sailing. Number 2. Apple cider vinegar. Like baking soda, this isn't the first time we've spoken about the potential health benefits of apple cider vinegar either. In addition to the many other benefits that this type of vinegar is able to provide, it may also be able to help ease your indigestion. What you might not have realized is that indigestion can be caused by not just a surplus of stomach acid, but also if there's too little acid as well. A spoonful of apple cider vinegar helps stimulate your stomach to produce more acid, which can potentially get your levels back in check and thus help ease your aching stomach. Like baking soda, however, too much apple cider vinegar at once can cause unintended and unwanted side effects, such as nausea, vomiting, and a burning sensation in your throat. So make sure to dilute the vinegar in water and try not to overdo your dosage beyond 1 or 2 teaspoons. Number 3. Peppermint tea. In addition to freshening your breath, peppermint is also useful for relieving problems related to your stomach, such as nausea and indigestion. If you're feeling a little bit sickly after a large meal, a cup of freshly brewed peppermint tea might just be the thing to cure what ails you. If you don't have time to put the kettle on, however, you can just as easily get by simply sucking on a handful of peppermint candies instead. Oh, so that's why restaurants always offer those mints after a meal. That makes a lot more sense now. So just make sure that your indigestion isn't being caused by acid reflux. If you try to use peppermint to solve that kind of digestion problem, the mint might actually make the whole situation worse instead of better. If you happen to struggle with GERD or stomach ulcers, it might be better for you to skip this entire point on our list altogether. Number 4. Chamomile tea. Ready to tea up with another type of tea that can potentially cure your tummy troubles? Look no further than a freshly brewed cup of chamomile tea. This particular type of tea is often praised as an effective sleep aid and an effective way to curb anxiety. But as it turns out, it may be useful for preventing indigestion as well. This is because the chamomile herb is an anti-inflammatory, allowing it to relieve the pain in your gut and lessen discomfort in your digestive system. The only reason you may want to avoid chamomile tea is if you're currently taking a blood thinner, as certain properties within chamomile may interfere with the proper function of this medication. Number 5. Ginger. Like baking soda, ginger can potentially help your indigestion by reducing your levels of stomach acid in order to settle things down in your gut. To relieve indigestion and stomach pain, all you need to do is drink a cup of ginger tea, suck some ginger candy, drink a glass of ginger ale, or even just boil some ginger root in water and drink the resulting broth. Of course, just like most of the other items on this list, moderation is key. Try to limit your consumption of ginger to no more than 3 to 4 grams per day. If you ingest any more than that, it can potentially lead to some unwanted side effects, such as gas, heartburn, or a burning sensation in your throat. Number 6. Fennel Seed. Fennel seed is a type of herb that is highly praised for its antispasmodic qualities, meaning that it can potentially soothe a number of ailments which can affect your gastrointestinal system. In addition to helping relieve the sensation of indigestion, fennel seed can also help to relieve other symptoms such as nausea, bloating, and stomach cramps. All you need to do to make the most out of this home remedy is crush up about half a teaspoon of fennel seed and boil it in water for about 10 minutes. Then drink the water. I mean, not while it's still boiling, obviously, because that would hurt. Is it just me, or does this list contain a lot of different teas and tea-like beverages for curing indigestion? I guess some drinks just really fit digestive health to a tea. Number 7. Licorice Root. While you might be more familiar with the candy than the actual root, licorice is an effective home remedy, not just for indigestion, but for other ailments as well, such as muscle spasms and inflammation. To make the most of this remedy, when your gut starts acting up, all you have to do is chew on some licorice root, or, you guessed it, dump it into some boiling water and then drink the ensuing mixture. Just be sure not to overdo this remedy either, as licorice can potentially cause some imbalances in your body's natural sodium and potassium levels if consumed in too high a concentration. For an ideal dosage amount, try and stick to 2.5 grams of licorice root per day. For those of you who frequently suffer from indigestion, what are some other tips, tricks, and home remedy techniques that have worked for you in the past? We'd love to hear some of your own experiences and input on what has or hasn't worked for you. So be sure to let us know in the comments section below and help us to keep the conversation going. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of bestie are we if we don't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.